In Squid Game Season 2, one of the most unexpected faces is Choi Sung-hyun. Yeah, that's right, the legendary rapper and actor formerly of Big Bang. Now he's player 230, known as Thanos, bringing serious chaos to the game. But how did Choi Sung-hyun go from global K-pop icon to survival game wildcard? Let's find out. Choi Sung-hyun, better known by his stage name T.O.P., is one of South Korea's biggest entertainment icons. Born in 1987, he rose to fame as the charismatic rapper and visual member of Big Bang, one of the most influential K-pop groups in history. Big Bang's music and style helped shape the global K-pop wave, and T.O.P. stood out with his deep voice, cool image, and confident stage presence. But T.O.P. is more than just a rapper. He's also an accomplished actor with roles in films like 71 Into the Fire, 2010, and Secret Reunion, 2010, showing off a wide acting range. His unique blend of talent and style made him a fan favorite, not only in music but also in Korean cinema. Despite his huge success, T.O.P. has faced his share of challenges. In 2017, he was involved in a marijuana scandal, which is a serious issue in South Korea. This led to a break from the public eye and caused some fans to question his career's future. However, he took responsibility and used this time to reflect and grow. Fast forward to 2023, T.O.P. made a surprising comeback, but not on a music stage. Instead, he returned as player 230, Thanos, in Squid Game Season 2. For many fans, this was unexpected. The world knew him as a polished idol and serious actor, but now he stepped into a dark, brutal survival game where every move could mean life or death. What's fascinating is how T.O.P.'s persona blends with the character of Thanos. The name Thanos actually comes from fan culture, inspired by his intense and sometimes wild behavior on the show. While not the main character, Thanos' presence adds unpredictability and a fresh dynamic to the game. His casting also highlights something deeper. The crossover between music idols and high-profile acting roles in Korea is growing stronger. It shows T.O.P.'s versatility and willingness to take on challenging, diverse roles. And for Squid Game fans, seeing a global star like him dive into this world adds an extra layer of excitement and anticipation for what's next. When Netflix officially announced the cast for Squid Game Season 2 in 2023, one name immediately grabbed everyone's attention: Choi Sung-hyun, better known as T.O.P. from Big Bang. His inclusion as a new player, number 230, instantly sparked excitement and curiosity across both K-pop and Squid Game fan communities worldwide. In the brutal world of Squid Game, every player has a unique story, but Thanos quickly stood out, not just for his name, but for his unpredictable, wild energy. The nickname Thanos wasn't given by the show itself, but came from fans who noticed his chaotic style and the way he disrupted the flow of the games, reminding some of the powerful and destructive Marvel villain. Thanos is portrayed as a character who's far from the typical quiet, cautious player. Instead, he brings intensity, unpredictability, and an almost reckless attitude. He doesn't just play to survive, he shakes things up, creating tension and drama that make the games even more thrilling to watch. His backstory, as revealed in Season 2, ties into real-world issues like financial ruin and desperation, as he's said to have fallen into deep debt due to failed cryptocurrency investments. This adds layers to his character, showing how the harsh realities outside the game push people into extreme situations. His chaotic behavior can be seen as a reflection of the desperation and mental strain the players face. T.O.P.'s casting was a big deal because it brought a fresh face with a huge fan base into the series. For many, it was fascinating to see a K-pop superstar stepping into such a dark, violent role. His presence helped bridge the worlds of Korean pop culture and gritty survival drama, drawing in viewers who might not have watched otherwise. While Thanos isn't the main protagonist, his impact is undeniable. His wild actions, moments of volatility, and strong screen presence add an extra layer of excitement to the story. He's not just a player, he's a symbol of the unpredictability and danger lurking in the game. As Season 2 progresses, fans keep wondering what role Thanos will play next, and whether this bold character will survive the deadly challenges ahead. In Squid Game Season 2, Thanos quickly becomes one of the most memorable characters. Not because he's the strongest or smartest player, but because of his unpredictable and chaotic behavior. Unlike many other contestants who try to form alliances or carefully strategize, Thanos plays by his own rules, often acting impulsively and causing disruption among the players. One of the key aspects of Thanos' role is his mental state. As the games progress, it's clear that the pressure and desperation are taking a toll on him. His erratic actions reflect a deeper emotional struggle and the kind of psychological breakdown many players experience in this brutal environment. This makes him not just a physical threat, but also a wild card that other players need to watch carefully. Thanos doesn't hesitate to sabotage others or make unexpected moves that change the course of the game. His unpredictability keeps viewers on edge and adds extra tension to the scenes he's in. Sometimes he seems almost reckless, as if he's ready to risk everything rather than play it safe. The character's background, falling into massive debt because of bad cryptocurrency investments, adds a real-world layer to his story. It's a reminder that many people in the Squid Game universe are pushed to their limits by financial struggles and personal failures. Thanos' aggressive and erratic nature is a reaction to that pressure, making his character relatable on a deeper level despite the extreme setting. Thanos also forms a small group called Thanos World, which reflects his attempt to find control and influence in the chaos. This group dynamic brings new interactions and conflicts, showing how players navigate trust and betrayal in the game. Though he's not the main character, Thanos' presence is crucial because he shakes up the usual dynamics. He's a symbol of the unpredictable, raw human emotion that the Squid Game series explores: fear, desperation, and the fight for survival under impossible circumstances. Overall, Thanos brings energy and tension to Season 2, making every scene he's in charged with uncertainty. Fans are eager to see how his story unfolds and whether his wild approach will help or hurt his chances in the deadly games. Thanos is one of those characters you can't easily predict, and that makes him both fascinating and dangerous in Squid Game Season 2. Unlike players who quietly observe or cautiously form alliances, Thanos thrives on chaos. His personality is loud, intense, and often volatile, which instantly sets him apart from the rest. One of the most notable things about Thanos is his rebellious streak. He doesn't follow the usual rules of survival or group dynamics. Instead, he challenges authority and disrupts the established order. This makes him a wild card. Other players can't rely on him as an ally, and they have to constantly be on guard around him. Despite his aggressive nature, Thanos isn't just a troublemaker for the sake of it. His actions are often fueled by deep frustration and desperation. The show reveals his backstory involving financial ruin due to failed cryptocurrency investments, which adds a layer of realism to his reckless behavior. He's a man pushed to the edge, trying to survive in a game that demands ruthless decisions. His unpredictability also affects how other players behave. Some are wary of getting close to him, while others see his energy as an opportunity to shake things up. In particular, his group Thanos World becomes a space where he tries to exert control and influence. However, his leadership style is rough and often aggressive, which sometimes leads to internal conflicts and distrust. Thanos' presence creates a tense atmosphere. He makes every encounter unpredictable, forcing others to rethink their strategies. For the audience, this adds a thrilling edge. No one can easily guess what he'll do next. Interestingly, his character reflects a deeper theme of the show: how desperation can change people. Thanos is a vivid example of how pressure and loss can push someone to act out in extreme ways. His volatility highlights the mental and emotional strain the Squid Game players endure. Overall, Thanos is not just a wild player, but a complex character whose personality drives much of the tension in Season 2. His impact on the other contestants and the game itself keeps viewers hooked, making him one of the most talked about new faces in the series. In Squid Game Season 2, Thanos isn't the type of player to build warm, trusting friendships. But relationships and alliances are still crucial in a game where survival often depends on who you trust. Thanos' intense and unpredictable nature means he approaches alliances differently than most players. Early on, Thanos forms a small group called Thanos World, a loose alliance of players who are drawn to his boldness and chaotic energy. This group is less about loyalty and more about strength in numbers, surviving by banding together against bigger threats. However, Thanos' leadership is rough and sometimes confrontational, which makes the group's unity fragile. Thanos tends to push people away with his aggressive attitude, but paradoxically, some players are attracted to his fearless approach. His refusal to back down or play by the rules appeals to those who are desperate and frustrated by the deadly nature of the games. Yet, this magnetic quality comes with a cost. He's not easy to predict, and his allies often don't know when he might turn on them. One important dynamic is how Thanos interacts with other key players who have different styles: strategic thinkers, quiet survivors, or ruthless competitors. His volatile personality often clashes with these players, leading to moments of tension and conflict that highlight the fragile balance between cooperation and competition in the game. His relationship with the game's organizers and guards is also worth noting. Thanos openly challenges authority at times, showing a rebellious streak that makes him stand out even to the people controlling the games. This antagonism adds another layer to his character, positioning him as someone who not only fights other players but also the system itself. Despite the risks, Thanos' alliances show his understanding that even the strongest player can't survive alone. His attempts to build connections, however unstable, demonstrate a survival instinct that goes beyond pure aggression. Thanos' journey in Squid Game Season 2 is packed with intense moments that showcase both his strengths and vulnerabilities. Unlike some players who quietly play it safe, Thanos dives headfirst into the chaos, making him a central figure in some of the season's most gripping scenes. One of his biggest challenges is controlling his own volatile nature. Throughout the games, Thanos struggles to keep his impulses in check. His unpredictable decisions often put him at risk, but they also shake up the competition, forcing other players to react quickly and sometimes make mistakes. This volatility makes every interaction with Thanos charged with tension. Several key moments highlight how Thanos impacts the game's flow. For instance, during one of the more dangerous rounds, his reckless behavior triggers unexpected consequences. These moments emphasize that Thanos isn't just a background player, he's a game changer whose actions can alter the fate of others. Thanos also faces physical challenges that test his survival skills. Whether it's navigating traps, competing in high-stakes games, or dealing with betrayals, he proves he's tough and resilient. But his real struggle is often mental, battling the stress, fear, and desperation that come with the life-or-death stakes of the game. His backstory about losing money in cryptocurrency adds another layer to his character, showing why he's so desperate and willing to take risks. This real-world connection makes his challenges more relatable, reflecting how financial hardship drives people to extreme choices. Another defining moment is Thanos' leadership within his group, Thanos World. Leading others in such a brutal environment isn't easy, and his style, rough but fearless, these dynamics create intense drama, making his storyline compelling to watch. Overall, Thanos' key moments highlight a player who is as much a survivor as he is a disruptor. His ability to influence the game through sheer unpredictability and raw emotion keeps both players and viewers on edge. Thanos, also known as Player 230, is one of the most intriguing new additions to Squid Game Season 2. His unpredictable and chaotic personality immediately grabs attention, shaking up the usual survival strategies and bringing fresh tension to every game. Unlike many other players who rely on strategy or alliances, Thanos thrives on disruption, making him a wild card no one can easily predict or control. What makes Thanos even more compelling is the real-life struggles behind his character, falling into deep debt from failed cryptocurrency investments. This backstory adds emotional depth and makes his reckless behavior understandable, even relatable. It shows how desperation and pressure can push people to extreme actions. Throughout Season 2, Thanos proves he's not just about chaos, He's tough, resourceful, and sometimes even a reluctant leader. His group, Thanos World, reflects his attempt to find some control amid the madness, even if his leadership style can be harsh. His journey is a roller coaster of intense moments, emotional struggles, and risky decisions, making him one of the most talked about characters among fans. As we eagerly await Squid Game Season 3, questions remain. Will Thanos survive the next round? How will his unpredictable nature shape the future of the game? If you're as excited as we are to find out, be sure to stay tuned. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Thanos' story and want more detailed character breakdowns, Squid Game theories, and updates, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring you the best content on your favorite shows.